You are getting ready for the party you made about because you are trying to style your hair from past 30 minutes and still you are confused which hairstyle suits you better. You heard a door opening sound as you see through the mirror your husband entering in the room. And you both exchange a look through mirror and his mind blows as he just have a glance of you through mirror. He walks slowly towards you, making your heart race faster. I'm just ready, you nervously said. He stands next to you as his hand in his pocket and he just admiring you through the mirror. But your hair is not done yet, he said in a husky voice, and you looked at him in mirror. Yeah, I'm just... He folded his hand across the chest and stared you. Be quick, and you just nodded and you simply clutched your hair. He looked at you and shook his head and smiled, and when you faced him he just stared at you without blinking. You are looking down because of nervousness and suddenly he removed your clutch and set your hairs, giving you goosebumps, and you just stared at him. Now it's perfect. He made you face the mirror and just stared you in the mirror. You look more beautiful in loose hair. You smile nervously. Thank you. Will you thank me 100 times in a day? He asked you, raising his brow, and you frown your brows in confusion. I mean, I will compliment you 100 times in a day, every time I see you, because you are looking breathtaking gorgeous that I can't take my eyes off. That tint appears on your cheeks and you smiled. You looked at him and just stared at him for a while when you fixed his coat. I will, he smiled. When his one hand wrapped around your waist as he pulled you closer, making your breath hitch, and placed a soft kiss on your forehead. And you closed your eyes, feeling his touch as he never fails to make your heart flutter and nervous at the same time. Shall we? He said while showing his arm to intertwine, and you nodded and intertwined your arms in his and walked. You are just standing there with him as he is talking to his partners and friends, and although you don't know everyone there, so you feel bored a little, but good thing he is never leaving your side. He is holding your hand tightly, even talking to his friends and partners. Feeling bored, he asked all of a sudden, and you looked at him. No, you replied, and he nodded. Hey bro, Jungkook looked at him and smiled widely, and he hugged him. How have you been, Jiminshi? He broke the hug. I'm also here, bro. He showed his gummy smile, and Jungkook hugged him too. Of course, Jung, I noticed you. He broke the hug. Both of them looked at you as you are looking at them, and Jungkook looked at you as he wrapped his arms around your waist and pulled you closer. She is my wife, Jeonwon. He introduces you to them. And wifey is Kim Taehyung, my friend come brother, he said while pointing at a tall man who just passed you a smile. Hello, nice to meet you. Same here. And he is cut it off by Jimin. Let me introduce myself. Hi, myself Park Jimin. Nice to meet you. I'm a underworld mafia, he said while extending his hand, and you accepted with smilingly. Nice to meet you too. By the way, you're looking beautiful. He is still holding your hand, and Taehyung shook his head. Jungkook is glaring at him, and Jimin looked at him with corner of his eyes. No wonder why he always in hurry to go back home when he's on mission. He take his hand back. I got you, bro. That's why you never invited us to your wedding and sent us on the mission. Right. I have full trust on you that you will not desist from your antics, Taehyung chuckled. Oh, come on, I'm not stealing her from you. Don't you trust me? It doesn't matter. I know you never can, he said while looking at you. Why so confident? Raising his brow, and Jungkook intertwined his hand in yours. Because I trust her. He looked with confident smile, and you feel a different feeling. Whoa, Mrs. Jeonwon, you won the world if you have won his trust. The man who has serious trust issue, especially if it's woman. And I can assure you, you took a special place in his heart, and you looked at Jungkook with your glossy eyes. I was just joking, but I have to say, you two really compliment each other. I have never imagined the scarier mafia king will honor for a girl. You smile as you are feeling overwhelmed as little eyes are glistening, and he just stared at you. True. You were standing in the corner looking at the Jungkook who was talking to his business partner, and suddenly someone tapped your shoulder. As you looked up, your smile dropped as an evil smirk formed on his face. "Hi baby," and he tried to touch your face but you backed. "Stay your filthy hand away from me," you said while gritting your teeth, and he chuckled heavily. "Got so much guts, huh? I see. Didn't you miss me in your dreams?" He clenched his jaw as he's about to grab your face but stopped as Jungkook came and he smiled forcefully. "Hi, Mr. Jungkook," he said while extending his hand, and Jungkook looked at his hand and then him. "Long time, Mr. Mark," he handshaked, and you were looking at them nervously. "Yeah, it's been a while." He looked at you and Jungkook's gaze followed his. Jungkook grabbed his hands around your waist and pecked your one cheek, and Mark clenched his fist. "She's my love, my wife, John Wayne," and Mark evilly smirked, "which makes you scared." "Hello." He extended his hand and you looked at him nervously as you slowly extended your hand and feel disgusted by his touch and quickly take your hand back. "Have you eaten something, my love?" he asked you softly, and you didn't reply as you're scared. "Excuse us, Mark." "Sure, why not? He take you with him." He extended the spoon and you just staring him and he was smiling. "Open your mouth," and you open, he feeds you. He is about to feed you again when you take spoon from his hand and extend it to him. He looked at you for a while. "Don't do this. I get used to it very quickly. Will you feed me every day like this?" "On one condition. If you do the same for me every day." He stunned by your reply as he chuckled. "My wife is getting bold. I like it." He eat and you both just smiling. You are applying lotion and he's just sitting on the bed, which is unnoticed by you as you are in your thoughts, and snap back as he speaks. "I think you will polish your one hand today," he said as you are applying the lotion on one hand only since 15 minutes. You smiled nervously when he walked towards you, making your heart race, and when he gently made you stand and scanned your face, which made you more nervous. "Is there something bothering you?" he asked you, making you more nervous. "No," you sternly replied, looking down, "but it's true you are upset by the sudden encounter of Mark," and he lifted up your face by your chin. "I'm noticing you're lost somewhere after coming from the party," while kissing your one cheek. You really want to tell him, but you are scared because you don't know how he will react, because you know he has a bad temper and he will go to any extent for you. That's why you don't want to reveal your past to him. Even though it's his right, but you don't want him to know your traumatic past because he might kill the Mark after knowing it. You hugged him all of a sudden and he hugged you back. "Are you okay? Please tell me if something is bothering you." "I'm okay. I'm just a little bit tired," you said with heavy throat, and he tried to break the hug, but you hugged him more tightly, making him smile. "Get some rest, wifey," he said while kissing your head gently. After a while, he lifted you up in his arms and gently made you lay on the bed, and he laid at the side and pulled you in his embrace and pecked your forehead softly. Good night," you said in a low voice. When you're working in the kitchen, a message popped up in your phone and you opened smiling, thinking it's Jungkook, but your smile dropped seeing the message. Reading the message, your heart dropped. "What do you want?" you messaged him. He texted back and you gritted your teeth reading the text. You didn't reply him, and when another message popped up, he texted again. Shivers ran down to your body, remembering the incident, and your hands start trembling. And when your eyes landed on the bowl, which is flowing, and you tried to pick it up, and a scream left from your mouth, touching the hot ball. And when Ajuma come running in, she wiped her eyes as your hand is red and you are blowing on it. Why in? I told you not to cook. As she took your hand and put in running water. Jungkook will scold me, she worriedly said, and you take your hand back. Ajuma, I'm okay. Please don't tell this to Jungkook. You said in low voice and walked from there. 4 years ago, when you are in a relationship with him, and when you just start dating him as he is your classmate, one day he took you in hotel saying that it's a date, and he tried to get with you. You said no because you are not comfortable, and then he tried to forcefully kiss you and you slapped him, which triggered him, and he forcefully grabbed you and tried to assault you, and he almost you, but thankfully you got something to hit him and ran from there. That incident caused you trauma which used to haunt you until you met Jungkook. One day you are coming back from your work, and when you felt someone is following you, your heart started pounding in your chest rapidly. When you see a tall figure standing there and he was waiting for someone, you quickly ran to him and pretend like he is your boyfriend. Thank you, babe, for coming. You said nervously. Jungkook frowned his brows in confusion. He's about to say something, but suddenly you hugged him and his heartbeat increased and he felt ticklish inside, which he never felt before. Don't say anything. I think someone is following me. Please help me. You whispered to him and he looked in the direction and see a man standing far from the distance, looking at you too. Let me see him. He is about to break the hug, but you hugged him more tightly. Please don't leave me here. I'm scared, you nervously said as your eyes closed in fear, which made his hand automatically wrapped around your waist. After a while, you broke the hug and looked around as you see no one is there, sighed in relief, and he just stared your adoring face and doe eyes. Thank you, you said in low voice, and he is staring your charismatic face, which is making his heart flutter. You should not go out alone at night, he said softly. I work in night shift, you replied, and he looked at you. Then you should have let me see who was it. I'm sure he will not follow any other girl like this. He might be dangerous. What if he would harm you? He chuckled sarcastically. Who can dare to touch the mafia king? You stumbled at his confession and he held you by your waist. Mafia king? And he nodded. He stared at you for a while as you are terrified. When he looked around, there is dark everywhere. Come, let me drop you. You shook your head multiple times and he knows he was scared. You can trust me, otherwise other wolf will follow you. You look at him. All men are wolf when they see a girl alone. I am not one of them. My home is at walking distance, you said in low voice. Then let me accompany you to there. You hesitated a bit but then nodded. He walked with you to your home without saying anything. You were scared at first, but then you realized he really wants you to be home safely because he waited outside until you reached in your apartment and assured him that you reached safely. And that's how it started. As next day when your shift is over and you walked out of the building, he was standing outside waiting for you, which made you surprised. You asked him how he got to know you work here, but he again reminded you that he is a mafia. And like this, he always dropped you at home safely and you both didn't talk too much, but he just accompanied you. You also don't know, you feel safe around him. Slowly your relationship grew that you started developing feelings for him, but you are still scared. What if you ended up like your last relationship? Jungkook won your trust gradually as he really fell for you at first sight but fall harder after spending time with you. You never felt like he is a mafia or something, but you rejected because of your fears, and he didn't mind. He still come to you and behave normal. He used to do, but one time happened that he didn't come to meet at least for a week. You started missing him. He never came and you thought you lost him, but after a week when you are coming back from your work, he was waiting for you and he just passed you a smile and you ran and hugged him tightly. Caught him off guard. You complained him how much you missed him and he asked you why, and he confessed that you like him. He asked you then why you rejected his proposal. You didn't reply, but he knows something is wrong with you. He tried his best that you open up with him, but you really don't want to remember your past. He proposed you again, and this time you accepted his proposal because you really want to give a chance to this relationship. He's a pure gentleman with you. He never touched you without your permission, and even after getting married, he never showed any type of desperation. He gave you time to get comfortable because you still feel shy around him. You got to know his possessive side when he beat a man to death. Just he was staring you. And it made you more terrified that you should share your past with him or not. Tears formed in your eyes recalling the incident, and now you are scared. What if he manipulates to Jungkook, or Jungkook will misunderstand you? Then suddenly you felt two muscular arms around your waist as he begged, hugged you, and quickly wiped your tears. I missed you, he said in his tired voice as he rested his chin on your shoulder, and you smiled. Me too. And he's made you turn without breaking the hug. And you're looking down, and his expression changed in blink of an eye as he wiped a tear from your cheek and looked at you. Why are you crying? He said softly with concerning voice, and you looked at him, smiling forcefully. Crying? No, I'm not. You replied nervously. Will you tell me why, and what's that bothering you? I know there is something. He held your shoulders gently. There is nothing, you said while stealing glances, and he blew some air. You still don't have trust on me, right? You shook your head. I do trust you, Jungkook, more than anything. Then I want to know the thing which is bothering you. You just stared at him and remained silent, which made him piss off. Fine, he said in little serious tone and turned to walk, but you begged hugged him. Please, Jungkook. And most of the time he gets mad, but this time he has stern expression. Don't talk to me until or unless you want to tell me the reason. Your hand slowly slides down, and he walked without looking back, and you sit on the bed while tears coming from your eyes. And after a while he came with food tray, and you wiped your tears as you are about to walk, but he held your wrist. This is your dinner, he said coldly, and you looked at him and made you sit on the bed. But you said cut it off as he You are not allowed to talk to me. When he said you find him cute and chuckled a little, and he looked at you seriously. Sorry, you are cute. He scrunched his eyes as he was controlling his smile. I'm mad at you and I'm serious, okay? Don't talk to me, he said again cutely, and you controlled your smile. Then why are you feeding me when you're mad at me? He looked at you as he put the spoon back. Because I'm mad at a stupid girl, not on my wife. It's my duty to take care of my wife. You frowned your brows in confusion. I'm your wife. Really? A wife never hides anything from her husband. You gulped your lump and then smiled forcefully. Cool. He looked at you. There's nothing can bother me as long as you are with me. I'm always with you, but still you are not considering my concern. No one can understand you more than me. I can tell just by looking in your eyes that you are hiding something from me. His words came like a whisper. He extended the spoon and you just eat without saying a word. He also didn't say anything. He fed you silently and not making eye contact with you. You are fidgeting your fingers as Mark called you many times since morning, and you didn't pick his one call, and you decided to tell this to Jungkook, and you walked to his office room in nervousness, and you were about to knock the door but stopped as you heard him yelling on someone. Your heart is beating so fast, and suddenly door opened and you both have eye contact, and you can tell he is looking very angry. He is about to walk but you speak, Jungkook, and he looked at you. Are you busy? It's true he is really mad right now, and most of the time when he gets mad he doesn't prefer to talk to you, but he somehow calmed himself and let's talk later, Ryan. He calmly said and walked out. You brush your fingers through your hair as you're really scared. What if Mark sent pictures to him? Jungkook might misunderstand you. He's about to drive the car as he was talking on the phone, and when a message popped up on his phone and his gaze darkened looking at the phone, he gritted his teeth as he came from the car and walked furiously inside. You opened the message from the Mark as he sent you the screenshot that he sent those pictures, and your body got numb when door opened with a loud thud revealing Jungkook as he walked dangerously towards you. As you walk backward, an edge of the bed touches you and you fall on the bed as your whole body is shivering looking at his dark orbs. You are about to get up, but he pushed you and hovered above you, pinning your both hands above your head and stared you with his dark orbs. Jungkook, why? Coldly, as his face is very close to yours. I swear I didn't do anything wrong. It's him. As you are about to show your phone to him, which he snatched from your hand, throw it on the floor. Don't you trust me when I said I trust you? And tears dropped from your eyes, which he wiped gently and placed a soft kiss on your forehead. Tell me, why you hide that he is blackmailing you? You just stared at him with your teary eyes. He is the reason you were tense, right? You looked down and nodded, and he gritted his teeth. He got up from the bed and sat on the bed and pulled you in his lap and kissed your cheeks gently. You don't need to be scared of me. I will never doubt you or your love. I trust you. And I know you never can do anything like this to me, he said softly while wiping your tears continuously. I should be your safe place. You should feel safe with me, my love. I mean it when I said I want to protect you rest of my life. You should have trusted me the way you did on our first meet. And you nodded while looking down. You didn't expect this reaction from him. I trust your cook, but you looked at him. Speak, he said while assuring you. I don't know, I just wanna forget my past, but he came again. Your every teardrop giving fuel to his anger, which he's just not showing. He really wants to kill the person which is making this scared that you can't speak properly. He pulled you in his embrace looking at your condition, and he understands that he did something very wrong with you. You are telling him what he did to you, and his anger was on peak that he doesn't know what he's going to do. He was blackmailing me too. You shook your head that you can't speak more. Your throat is really heavy remembering painful past, and he got up from the bed furiously and you held his wrist. Go, please come. His veins popped out and anger is clearly visible on his face as his eyes are red due to anger, and he will destroy everything. He isn't in the mood to listen. He gently removed your hand about to walk, but you grabbed him by his collar and attached your lips with his. It was so sudden that he couldn't process, but later he replied back as he pulled you closer by your neck because it's your first kiss. It was soft yet passionate. After a while you both pulled out and you attached your forehead with his. Your trust is enough for me. I don't want anything. I want you. Please calm down, you said softly, and he just stared you. I love you. A smile formed on his face hearing that from you for the first time because you never said him directly. He cupped your face and packed your lips and pulled you in a warm hug, kissed your back. I love you too. Please, I don't want you to do anything wrong in anger. Please promise me you won't do anything to him. You know his anger, that's why you are trying to calm him down. He won't leave him after hearing you, which you don't want him to do. He didn't reply anything, just calmed down. I need a promise from you that you'll never hide anything from me, otherwise I won't talk to you, he said while kissing your head and you were snuggling in his chest. Sorry, I promise I won't. He hovered above you, making your heart stop for a second, and he leaned a little to kiss you. And you closed your eyes, but his phone rings, interrupting, and he cursed under the breath, and you chuckled, and he picked it up. Yes, Hyung, we caught him. A evil smirk appeared on his face. Okay, coming. He cut the call. You raised your brows and he shook his hand and pecked your forehead and got up from the bed. Koo, where are you going? Just an important work. You looked at him. Wait for me, I will finish this work after coming, mischievously smirking, and your cheeks turned red. He walked outside. I'm sorry, my love, for breaking your promise, Jungkook thought while heavily smirking.